The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. The Lord open our minds, understand his words, so lips may proclaim it in our hearts that we might live it. Jesus went up to the mountain to pray, and he spent the night in prayer to God. When day came, he called his disciples to himself, and from them he chose 12, whom he also named apostles: Simon, whom he named Peter, and his brother Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James, the son of Alphaeus, Simon, who was called a zealot, and Judas, the son of James, and Judas Iscariot, who became a traitor. The Gospel of the Lord. We celebrate the feasts of the apostles Simon and Jude. We really don't know a whole lot about them. The Gospel tells us that Simon was a zealot. And the zealots in those days were those who had no tolerance for the Romans. They did not believe that the Jewish people should be under Roman rule. And the zealots were quite notorious as terrorists. They fought back viciously against the Roman rule. Interesting, the Lord had one of those in his midst. But Simon must have converted from taking matters into his own violent hands and changing the world by changing people's hearts, not shedding their blood. Judas, the son of James, differentiated from Judas, who became the traitor. We know very little about him. Isn't it interesting that here we are, the universal church, honoring these two apostles? We have no idea what they look like. We have no idea the details of their lives. All we know is that God called them to be apostles, and they remained so until death. And they died for the faith. But everything else, we have no idea the detail of their life. Now consider you and I today, with all the many cares and concerns that we are obsessed with at the moment. Perhaps some are petty, perhaps others are very serious, but in the end, how much of it will matter? What matters is if we have heard the call of God to follow him, and if we have followed him till death. That's all that really matters. Then why do we pay so much attention to so much that does not? When I looked in the mirror this morning, I said, "You're getting really old. Your hair's falling out, you got blemishes on your face," and I went on, and I won't bore you with the rest of the details. But does any of it really matter? I celebrate so many funerals. In our parish over the past year, we have had over 270 some funerals. As a priest, it's a constant reminder to me how quickly life passes. And in the end, we reflect on those who have died, and we say something about how their life reflected their relationship with God, their personalities, their interest, the good they did. But does any of those details really matter? If we like the Steelers or if we like the golf? In the end, did we hear the call of God, and did we follow Him till we died? Did we do His will as best we could with the grace of God? In the end, that's all that really matters. So much else will not even be remembered.